So last week, almost 2 Fridays ago, we had Eid, and then last week we did not have any Khatiras, and now this week, inshallah, we're studying Khatiras and classes and everything. I really wanted to take this opportunity to honestly, first of all, really highlight a very serious issue that I saw in Ramadan. And throughout the year, I get a lot of phone calls. Just to give you one example. On Saturday, I had 8 appointments. I had 8 phone appointments. Of them 8 appointments, 6 of them were regarding family crisis. 6 of them were regarding family crisis. Of those 6, 4 of them were regarding divorces. So the family in itself is a very serious issue in our community as it is. And the one thing that I saw consistently when I see all these calls I get, the one thing that I've seen consistently is that there is a serious lack of adab, akhlaq, character, when husbands and wives, they talk to each other. Not just between spouses, but between parents and children and parents. And it always got me wondering, where is this coming from? Who is teaching these parents to be this way? And Ramadan then of course took place, and I saw this firsthand exactly where this is coming from. I saw children over here, I saw youth, here. First of all, there are many youth who came, mashallah, to the masjid. They did a fantastic job. They came, they prayed, they read Quran, they read Qiyam, they attended. They did their job, what they came for to the masjid for. Whatever the purpose of coming to the masjid, they took care of that responsibility. There were many youth also who did not come with that intention. Families left them here at the masjid, thinking that they will just be left there at the masjid. The masjid will babysit them as if we have taken that responsibility. And then after that, when they would cause mischief outside the masjid, I saw firsthand these kids coming inside the masjid. They were brought inside the masjid, and they had absolutely no akhlaq, no adab, no respect at all. So what we don't understand is this, and I'm sorry to be a little upset about this, but we talk about that we have to talk about bigger aspects of Islam. Let's talk about this, let's talk about that. And the problem is that when it comes to our fundamentals, we are suffering in our own fundamentals. Our fundamentals is our akhlaq. Our fundamentals is adab. Our fundamentals is character. These are things that we teach from day one to our kids. Unfortunately, we're not teaching this to our kids, and it has a ripple effect till they become adults. Till they become adults. And what we are also seeing, and what I'm seeing in the community is this. See, we have this mindset. And fathers, don't get offended when I say this. Yes, you work hard to provide food for your family. Yes, you work hard to provide a shelter over your family. Yes, you work hard to save money. Yes, you work hard to pay all the bills. But that's not only your responsibility. I have so many women who come to me and tell me that dads are disconnected from their kids. Why? Under this explanation and this excuse that I provide financial resources to the family, I pay for everything, that's all my job is. Let me make this very clear. When it comes to mothers, their job is tarbiyah, yes. Well, what they do is they take a baby and they take that baby and provide enough tarbiyah till he becomes a boy. For that boy to become a man, that becomes a father's responsibility. The only way he will become a man is if he looks at his old man. But if the father does not have akhlaq himself, does not have character himself, does not have any adab himself, what is he going to teach his child? For him to become a man, that's the father's responsibility. If the father does not make him into a man, that's why then you have a lot of, I've seen youth and youngsters, they're 20 years old, but they're still a bacha. They're still kids. You know why? Because the mother is the one who made them into a boy, but they're still a boy. Yes, they're 20 years old, but they're still a boy. They're not mature, They can't make any decisions in life. I call them spineless men, They can't do anything in life. So here's the issue that we need to first of all work on. We need to teach our kids akhlaq and adab. And out of everything, first of all, comes how you talk to each other. We hear every single Jummah khutbah, Ya ayyuha alladhina amanu ittaqullaha wa qulu qawlan sadida. Qawlan sadida basically means say a good word. It means say something that is positive. There's a lot of interpretations, but the Quran teaches us to be positive in the way we speak to each other. If Allah is telling Musa alayhi salam, when you go to Fir'aun, do not be harsh in your language. Do not be harsh the way you speak to him. فَقُولَا لَهُ قَوْلًا لَيِّنًا. If this is Allah telling Musa to talk to a tyrant in this way, how do you think we talk to our children? How do you think we should talk to our spouses at home? We're not doing that. So, first of all, we have to teach our children that when someone is talking to you, you look at them and you talk to them. I saw here adults are talking to the youth. The adult is talking to the youth and youth is like this way. Oh yeah. No akhlaq, no adab. He's looking this way, the adult is talking to him. The Quran says, when Luqman was teaching his son, he taught him a very valuable advice. وَلَا تُصَعِّرْ خَدَّكَ لِلنَّاسِ وَلَا تَمْشِ فِي الْأَرْضِ مَرَحًا. Do not turn your cheek away in contempt. Do not turn your cheek away when people are talking to you, because it shows arrogance. How many times I saw youth are walking away, adults are talking to them. I've seen youth walking away here at the masjid while their parents are talking to them. That's also another form of وَلَا تُصَعِّرْ خَدَّكَ لِلنَّاسِ وَلَا تَمْشِ فِي الْأَرْضِ مَرَحًا. So what we have to teach our kids, first of all, when it comes to communication, is that when someone is talking to you, you look at them and you talk to them. Number two is, you don't walk away while someone is talking to you. Simple as that. And the best way to handle that, parents, is that when you're talking to your child and you feel like your child is zoned out because they don't like that lecture, tell them to repeat everything that you just said. If they can't repeat, give them that same lecture again. Give it again. No problem. Because they have not internalized anything that you have said to them. They're not internalized anything at all that you have said to them. Make them repeat everything that you just said. The second thing that we have to focus on, especially when it comes to our families, is the vulgarity issue. There are so many youth who came here to the masjid, and I will see them outside, right here, just using vulgar language after vulgar language. I was outside when I heard this, and I got upset. But you know what was bothersome in all this? Is that we have become so dead inside. I saw there were so many other youth standing over here, and they're watching a show. They're looking at him using vulgar language, and they're just watching it. There's no sense of, brother, can you stop talking like this? No, nothing like that. They're watching a big show. They're all spectators. They're probably like enjoying themselves in some capacity. I got upset with that person, that what kind of language is this? You want to use this kind of language? You can go somewhere else. But you don't use this language at the masjid. But then it got me thinking also that where do you think that these kids, yes, I understand society is terrible. Yes, I understand society, they pick up these kind of things from society. But let's not kid ourselves. Children are a reflection of their parents. When they see their parents using vulgar language, they will end up using vulgar language. That's just the reality. They see their parents using vulgar language, they will use that vulgar language. When they see their parents being racist, behind the scenes about this race and this person and that person, they will grow up with racial tendencies. They will be racially insensitive towards others. When they see their parents lie about things, then they will lie also about other things. When they see their parents being respectful and disrespectful to whoever they want, then they will do the same thing also. And then what happens is that our kids are growing up in this way because they watch their parents, and then what do you think that happens when they become married themselves? The same again cycle happens. Then these same men are using vulgar language. And we see also women using vulgar language. And they are racially insensitive. And they are disrespecting each other. And that's why divorces happen. If people cannot talk to each other, if a husband and wife cannot talk to each other with dignity and respect, one is that a person gets angry and he uses vulgar language. That's wrong to begin with anyway. But I'm not talking about using vulgar language in that context. The calls that I get is husbands are calling their wives names. Stepfathers are calling their stepkids names. Stepmothers are using vulgar language against their stepchildren. You know why this happens? It's because the tarbiyah was done this way. So if we want, once again, we have to go back to the basics. If there's one thing that I learned from this Ramadan, we have to go back to the basics. We don't have, I'm sorry to say, for the most part, we're lacking the basic things in our deen. Everything comes afterward. Your aqeedah, deep theological discussions and why did this and why, that all comes afterwards. Adab for people, respect for people, akhlaq, character. These are things that are more important. These are the things that we got to teach our children. And this is what we need to focus on. Because I'm telling you once again, brothers and sisters, if you don't teach your kids this, and they grow up with this kind of nature, and they grow up without akhlaq and adab and so forth, there's no way they're going to show any kind of akhlaq and adab to their spouses and to their future children. So I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us the ability to fix our character. And please, once again, what I'm talking about, let's focus and teach our kids. It's not about one day. Let me finish on, let me quickly mention this. It's not about one day. I've had parents, I told him, I told her so many times. That's not it. You have to tell them for a lifetime. Remind. That's the only way this problem is going to be fixed. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us the akhlaq and the adab that we have seen from Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Ameen Rabbil Alameen. Wa jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
إن المسلمين والمسلمات والمؤمنين والمؤمنات والقانتين والقانتات والصادقين والصادقات والصابرين والصابرات والخاشعين والخاشعات والمتصدقين والمتصدقات والصائمين والصائمات والحافظين فروجهم والحافظات والذاكرين الله كثيرا والذاكرات أعد الله لهم مغفرة وأجرا عظيما.